What's good, y'all? It's your boy Cold Blooded, and I'm back with another one. Real fast. I know it's been a minute since my last post. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. That last patch they put out was trash. It was just I had no desire to want to record. It was just bullshit. Everybody remembers it, man. The increase in hook damage that pretty much made everybody spam excessively, and it showed even more ghost punches that were never as present as before. It was crazy, man. But this last patch with the new people, Danny Jacobs, Lomachenko, American, so on and so forth, it feels really good, man. And I'm really enjoying the game. I went through like 30 fights or so with Lomachenko. I tried to find fights outside of mirror matches. I was getting my ass kicked by American. Let me rephrase that. I got my ass beat by American players. They were heavy on the uppercuts. When the uppercuts get fixed, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. But yeah, I got a local fight set up that I'm gonna switch over into with a voice recording already done on the trash mic, and I'm gonna switch to that right now, and then I'm gonna go into a online fight and just do some play-by-play, and hopefully y'all enjoy and pick some little bits and pieces up that I think are beneficial. I bet, because to make him be effective, there's so much other stuff that you have to do. I wrote down like a large number of things that I saw on the forums people had issues with. It's gonna touch base on them really quickly in this little local match, and then I'm gonna skip into some online fights. So first and foremost, we got punches. So like unlike Sergio Martinez or mainly Sergio Martinez, because he's a southpaw as well. Sergio has a really strong jab, really nice, snappy, strong jab going backwards. Lomachenko has that as well, but he's also got a really good jab going forward. Sergio doesn't have that. When you hold forward and jab with Sergio, it comes out really slow. So a lot of times you just want to be going sideways and backwards with Sergio to get the jab popping. I like to end a lot of my exchanges with it. So as you see the video, you're gonna notice I end a lot of exchanges with the back jab hooks. So a lot of people talking about how slow he is. You gotta put power on those hooks, man. Like for example, boom, bah, it's a power hook. That thing come out fast. Power hook. I watch it to the body. Boom, bah, that hook come out fast to the top when it's a power hook. Even the left hook, boom. He's fast, but you gotta modify it. You gotta hit that right bumper. The left hook to the body is really fast. The lead hook to the head is great when comboed. It doesn't flow with just any combo though. You gotta follow either a regular lead hook to the body, a power left hook to the body, or a step back straight to the head. Now, conversely, there are other ways you can make that hook come out fast. I'm trying to rush through this really fast. My bad. Moving forward and throwing the hook will come out pretty fast, but not if it's by itself. So if you do like a back straight and then a forward hook, back straight and a forward hook. See the speed on that? And it has to be forward. You can't just do a back straight and then do a regular hook. See, back straight, regular hook standing still is gonna come out slow, and then back straight hook going backwards is gonna come out pretty slow. But if you and then hold forward, it comes out pretty fast. Also ducking. If you're ducking, let go with duck and everything all together, he'll throw a really fast hook, almost like Canelo-ish. Oops, I'm so sorry about that. Right there. Right there. Right there. What else we have? We have steps. So his steps are the best in the game, man. They literally have his likeness. I like to cue the back step as often as possible. All right. So if you look, he's got the steps. They're beautiful, man. I like to cue those things up as often as possible. They open a lot of counter windows. They get the guy whiffing. They frustrate him. They do a lot of good things. They do a lot of really good things, man. Now, what I also do, this is something you cannot do from the loose movement. So if you're in loose movement, you do a step out and then hold it. You're gonna move back really slow. However, if you're in loose movement, you do a step back and then you hold it. You're gonna do the thing where you put his arms out and he'll retreat really fast. He'll do the fast walk backwards. So say I pull back, boom, hold it, and then watch out, arms out, fast retreat. I'll show it to you again. Boom, hold back, arms out, fast retreat. All right. So anytime you're inside, Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Again, these are kind of bugged, like I said before. A lot of times you'll see him literally glitch. So if you step back and you try to lean or block, you'll see your character literally kind of skip frames and completely bug out. So for example, I'm going to take a step back. See that? See that? And that only happens when you try to block and lean at the same time. Now you can avoid that by stepping and then queuing up a side step to either direction. So I'm gonna step here, then step here. Step back, step left. Back, left. Back, right. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed it up. But you see what I'm saying though. And it's kind of a way to just be able to keep moving without having to get stuck. Otherwise, he will get stuck. Now, another thing about these side steps, man, they're beautiful with Lomachenko, dude. They're really beautiful with Lomachenko. Unlike everybody else, when you take a side step and switch controllers really fast, you'll notice with American, if I take a side step, I'm stuck for a second. Side step, stuck for a second. Side step, stuck for a second. Now, when you see me do it with Lomachenko, there's no stuck. You just effortlessly flow right into your movement. So you can open a lot more windows that way. It's really good to force pivots and get those step throughs and those step arounds. He's got some really crispy movement if you're willing to play with the left analog stick a little more. Lastly, it's awesome to see a character that's brought in that requires so much more effort to play effectively, right? The reward needs to be greater though. So Loma style in real life is very reactive. The only proactive move in his toolbox is like his step throughs and his step arounds. Aside from that, he's a really reactive fighter. He relies a lot on his reflexes, and trying to imitate that should require the same level of difficulty as real life, in my opinion. And they do a really good job at that in this game. He's definitely difficult to play with effectively. However, he requires a really good grasp of the game. So that said, you have to do far too much to get far too little in return. I land nearly like 100 power punches a fight, as I have to. I got to modify a lot of my shots just to avoid throwing too slow, because he doesn't throw fast. He really doesn't. To be honest, his speed kind of sucks unless you're modifying the shots. And so the damage just isn't worth the stamina and the extra effort, right? So it's just a lot of stamina attacks and a whole lot of extra effort. And I can be just as, if not more effective, grabbing somebody else like American who doesn't require all the fancy controller inputs to be effective. So moving forward, as they patch the game, I hope guys like Lomachenko have such a large skill gap are rewarded more. Like you gotta really, like, you damn near playing Tekken when you use Lomachenko, man, and use him effectively. You're doing a lot of shit with this controller. Your hand's gonna be tired after the fight, and it's gotta pay off. There's no reason why I gotta do all this shit just to lose in the end to somebody with a much easier character to lose. But that's boxing, you know what I mean? Let's get to it. Alright, bet, here we go. So we'll do some live commentary over this. I really enjoyed this fight, man. My first time watching it back. This is a fight I had yesterday before I picked up a couple more tricks with Lomachenko or whatnot. But I think we represented the game pretty good. SouthpawKD, shout out to you. If you ever watched any of these videos, bro, hit me up. Let's run that back. These weren't the best fights that I had, though. I think my fights with Mjolnir were the best. Ran into him twice, lost one. We gotta run it back. So if I run into him sometime tomorrow, we'll get that tiebreaker out the way, and then I'll upload that win or lose, because that's a series that's worth watching seriously. I think his controller died here, and so you'll see it a lot. Like anytime my opponent kind of stands still, I'm always confused and if like their controller dies, and I'm all about integrity, so I'm just gonna lay low. You see off the rip, I'm taking advantage of Lomachenko step backs, trying to get in and out, not get touched too much. The first couple rounds are always a fill out round for me, always. With the case with Lomachenko, what I like about him is I use the first couple rounds to immediately start showing off some of his more nuanced techniques. to see if my opponent can match them or if they even know about them. A lot of times it kind of like gets them confused a bit, and I can tell by the things that they do, and it kind of bleeds over into the rest of the fight. So obviously my name says please no cheese. I'll admit though, I think I was probably the cheesiest person in this fight. Reason being is I don't recall Southpaw. I might be wrong when I watch. I don't recall him using a single step back straight. I used quite a few though, especially to set up the power hook. So shout out to him for that. And I think we both maybe threw 20 uppercuts apiece to the head and to the body. So just clean fight altogether. Just like I said, man, dope dude. So that's you're gonna see me try to throw that power left hook to the body a lot with Lomachenko. That is a money move with him. And his steps do feel a bit buggy at the moment. A lot of times you see me use them a lot, even out of spite. It's because sometimes you use them and you literally get kind of stuck. So you got to use it again to get out of that sticking point. It sucks. I can't wait till they just polish it out. Disclaimer, this fight ain't for everybody, man. This is for the purists out here. Y'all know how I do. I like our fights to look good and try to represent the game as best as possible and the sport as best as possible. If y'all not here for a tactical affair, keep it pushing. We probably not gonna go to war. I always get ready for a 12. So I don't recall this round being as slow as it was for both of us. It looks like we're both trying to just get comfortable. And there we go. Starting to find a little opening, a home. There it is. So it really comes down to, like, in these mirror matches, I feel like I always have the advantage off the jump because I'm going to utilize some of the tricks that Lomachenko has that other people are not using. So already I'm at an advantage. And then it really comes down to who's going to find that range first or better. So you see he's really having hard times landing just because I'm already out and immediately out. And by out, I don't mean I'm like just excessively running. I'm getting my in and outs going. I'm getting that backstep out the way. Right here, switch to loose movement, get some more control, take him out the 90-degree angle, work those angles. 2 power punches, immediately right back out. Back to the neutral stance. Wasn't really sure if he was trying to bait me or not. Looks like the controller's dying, so I'm just gonna fall back. Yeah, and there we go. All right, so he's still there. Yeah, I don't like to get those free hits. Yep, 2 power hooks again. Good round. Jab, overhand, step back. I'm out. And I know that is frustrating for him to have to deal with, just like it would be for anybody who fights Lomachenko when he's getting those angles on people. He's there, then he's not. And I'm trying to be as frustrating as possible, make him whiff as much as possible. That power left is a thing of beauty. Good little sequence right there. It looked cute, but I think we both just blocked everything. So we're 3 rounds in and I'm already not liking my stamina. And this is what I mean by, like, when you play with Loma a certain way, it can be super taxing on the stamina. It can be super taxing. It says 94%, but it looks so much worse, right? It's funny, I'm watching this, and I'm like critiquing everything that I'm doing wrong just based off the stuff that I learned today, playing with him. And it's like there's so much things I would do different. I would probably never go into that loose movement as often as I did. It's not required. And he finds those angles perfectly just in the base stance. I showed you on the beginning of the video, you can pull back faster after you step back if you're actually not in loose movement. So a lot of times I step back when I'm in loose movement, I get caught, and I could easily have avoided that if I was in my base stance. It's something else I just found out. So it's all a work in progress, still learning. See a lot of things I could have done better. Just fishing for the body jab into step back straight. Here it is. You notice I'm only really going to find a home to that power left of the body a lot. It's always there. It's a really good shot with Lomachenko. So I'm actually not sure why I went into loose movement here. I'm trying to, typically I would only do that if my fight is getting tipped in my chest and we're getting glued together. I would break that magnetism by going into loose movement. For anybody who doesn't know, that glued effect, that magnet that exists, it's only there when you guys are in matching stances and you're both blocking simultaneously. So you can get out of that if you just get out of loose movement or out of your default stance, whichever one you're in. And if he matches you, he can keep you in it, unless that's how you counter that. So oftentimes I'll go into loose when I feel like I'm stuck, and that's about it. Now this round, I remember this round really well, even though we're a whole day removed. He fucked me up this round. Like he put it on you, boy. If I'm not mistaken. Right now it don't look that way, but good hook. Oh yeah, he getting busy. So he getting busy, he getting the hula hoop going, getting the hook combinations. Not really feeling the hula hoop defense, but it's effective. Obviously, I skipped a couple rounds here. I don't like really doing a whole fight like that. You see, I'm up big. So at the beginning of the round, you saw the scorecard. I was up big. I think he only won 1 out of the 6 rounds we did prior. So he had to change something. And see you hula hooping in the corner, just fishing for counter windows. And I'm gonna oblige because it's gonna allow me to see if what I'm doing can beat that. And right now, I see it can't, because I'm able to get it hidden every now and then, but he's able to get 2 off sometimes. I'm telling you, boy, good counter by him. Good uppercuts, 3 in a row. 4th one misses. That might not be that. Unless you put power on that left hook to the body, Lomachenko's left hook looks like an uppercut. So sometimes it's not an uppercut. It's hard to really tell. I remember this round. I remember thinking, yo, he giving me that business. And what it made me do was it made me go into a different bag on the 8th round. So I went to loose movement and just started like boxing like I was using like Sergio Martinez or somebody, instead of trying to imitate Lomachenko. And I remember I realized at the end of the round, I'm like, yo, this isn't how I intended to play. I gotta get back to what I intended to do. But I kind of just wanted to prove a point. Put the money in the bag, let him know, like, yo, I could turn him if I need to. Yep, lateral movements, stick and move, in and outs. Still have not landed anything significant yet. He's probably winning around at this point. There we go. Those 2 counters work. Yep, just out of range. counter by him. Oh man. And you see he's fishing heavy for the uppercuts now. That's the first sign of desperation. Because you know them uppercuts are damn near guaranteed. Typically at the end of a fight, the highest percentage landed is on your uppers. So when I see those start to come out, that lets me know, okay, he really does want to get this W. And so it allows me to turn up, like you see I'm doing right now. Boxing beautifully on the outside. Good round for you, boy. In any fight, the moment I see those uppercuts, I just kind of get annoyed. Because it's either going to lead to my downfall because I don't throw enough of them. I really don't. I've had fights where I've had guys with like 200 uppercuts to the body against me, and I've only returned maybe 20 of them. I just can't, I can't force myself to use them. You know what I mean? And then it's also a case of I'm not very good at them. So if I did try to return the fire with them, I don't want to end up in a situation where I lost a fight where we're both doing uppercuts. I'd rather just say, you know what, you only beat me because you did them, as opposed to we both doing them and one of us lose. That's just me. It's just my internal excuse. Yeah, so he got me in my Sergio Martinez bag right here. I'm not even doing the Lomachenko right now. I'm just boxing on the outside. And that's usually a sign of frustration right there. So you see, even though he's losing big, he needs to be pressing. He hopped into loose movement, almost as if to mock me and to make me come to him. And usually when people do that, I oblige. I love being able to show people, listen, this is how you should be handling what I'm doing. Take my time, not gonna push the issue. Nope. Good work. And as you can see here, that was weird. My first time seeing an even round on the scorecard. I don't even think that was even. I thought I won that handily. Oh man, you see the footwork right there? Damn. It even looks crazier when Lomachenko does his when the character does their little animations as well. Wow. So you see I came out of loose movement. I'm trying to get back in my Loma bag right now. I think that's when I realized, you know what, I'm not actually fighting the way I'm supposed to. And then that's the first time I've seen him do a step forward and step back. So it was like, oh, he's finally catching on. It took long enough. But it's all a sign of frustration. Whenever I see you do that, it's like, yeah, now you want to mock what I'm doing. You finally figured it out. It's clearly you're frustrated. First time seeing him throw a power straight to the body. It's clear as day. He does want that W. It's kind of enough you can do at this point. The game's damage does need some work. It's in a better spot now than it was. But how would I say? There's never any fear, right? So a lot of people are going to quit after the 9th round scorecard comes in. Especially if it's a one-sided one. It doesn't really matter what version of the card you saw. If it's a one-sided card, there's no point to finish the next 3 rounds because the likelihood of you getting a knockout is very low. This game doesn't really have that puncher's chance. And that's something they really need to work on incorporating with the power, with the timing, and all that good stuff. Because right now I could literally just sit in the corner if I wanted to and just block, and he'll never win I have no fear of the return fire. There's like a 1% chance that he'll get me out of there with one shot. He does not have a puncher's chance, as he should. So yeah, we're gonna skip to the last round right quick. So obviously everything that happens from here on out is self-explanatory. Self-preservation, just play safe, get the round in the bag or not. I can actually cough it up at this point and get the W. I'm so ahead in points. But like I said, there's no puncher's chance in this game. All right, there's got to be. I have to be wary of my opponent's offense 100% of the time. Right, there should never be a case where I can let my guard down. And so like there's certain games that like I'm gonna use UFC 4 as an example. If you taunt somebody in UFC 4 and you get hit, you get knocked out. That's like max vulnerability. And then there are other things, other scenarios where your vulnerability is also through the roof that can almost lead to a guaranteed knockout or knockdown. So like head kick, you miss a head kick, you can get hit and get stunned, rocked, or knocked down immediately. That's super vulnerable. You can punish that. Upper body shots, you go down for a body hook in UFC 4, you get uppercutted, you're probably gonna get knocked down, stunned, or knocked out. Super vulnerable positions. This game needs that, right? I believe it does. It makes people think more, right? It makes people fish for stuff more. It makes people be more wary about doing certain things. So, like right now, I see guys throw a shit ton of body shots per fight, especially uppercuts, because you can do that with no regard. When you can be punished for it, that's when people will begin to do it less. So definitely got to have some more punishing. And then when you can open those doors up more frequently, then you can start to like bank on stuff later in the fight. So like right now, there's not much this guy can do to win. I'm just standing in front of him because I don't have to respect anything he does. He doesn't have a puncher's chance. But if he could slip that jab and put me to sleep and really get me in a vulnerable position, I'd be more wary about letting my hands go at all in those last rounds. So just things like that. The direction people walk matters. So UFC 4, if I do a lunge a certain direction and I lunge into an attack, I'm probably gonna get knocked out. In this, you lunge into something or you walk into something, the damage doesn't seem to be any better, right? I'm walking people into left hooks to the body. I'm not getting more damage done though. So just little things like that they can fix. But that's just my rant. Looking at the fight stats, I thought I held my own, did really well. But if you look at the overall damage and health and stamina or whatever, it's in his favor. And I'm like, damn, when you consider how many power punches I landed over him, I don't see how, right? But then I look at the uppercuts and I'm like, are they really paying that much dividend? Are they that like crazy? Because that's the only real big stat differential that I see that could have my health lower than his. It's got to be those uppers. I landed more counters. I landed a shit ton more power punches, but he landed more uppercuts. So are the uppers like beating those power punches? If so, that's crazy. So we got to get to the bottom of that.